Yo, welcome to another devlog. And before you ask, yes, I do look extra geeky today, and yes, I do live in a cave with barely any light. Anyways, so finally, back to developing actual games. Ah, man, been having a rough couple of days, and I've been so busy I haven't been able to do anything. So today, I got back to it. I've made like 4 levels, and I made a cool new asset, a cool new enemy. So I finished level 1, well, 11, right? Let me quickly show you. Uh, let's go. Oh, oh yeah. I changed the control schemes because someone messaged me with feedback saying that uh, the usual controls that I had before, they weren't like they were hurting his hand and so on. So I changed the attack to A and bombs to S. And as you could tell, we got a new mechanic. So I was able to fix the whole falling through the platforms. So now we have this cool mechanic of uh, we make the platforms fall, and then we jump on top to get to the upper area. And we don't fall through anymore like that. Right, so these doors aren't connected yet. So that's something we got so far, right? We jump on stuff, we have the lift, we got all that cool stuff going on. Yeah, so this was an issue where it had to do with frames. So when this comes up, it hits this, and this tells it to go back to sleep, right? It stops the object, removes all the forces, and tells it go to sleep, right? The issue is when it collides with this, it doesn't always collide on the same pixel or the same frame. So it doesn't stop all of these exactly at the same pixel, right? So, and if you're 1 pixel off, when you're using jump through platforms, your character will fall through it. So now, whenever they touch one of these, I tell it to reset to the position of the red square plus 96, which is the squares we're using. So basically, the squares like that, and I tell it to reset to that. Right. So, and then they all align perfectly. That was an easy fix. I'll show you how I did that. It's not too hard. Then I started making more levels. I mean, these are just standard levels. I was messing around with it. I wasn't too inspired today, so I will most likely change these. Oops. There we go. I was thinking about making a new asset for moving platforms, but this is okay. I just missed it. Dang it. These ones don't hurt you. These ones are friendly, right? It's only the ones with a frowny face. Oops. New control schemes. I'm still getting used to it. Oh, god dang it. I didn't see it drop. I forgot it was there. Like, that was legit. That was a legit death. Did I beat this level? Come on. Oh, god dang it again. Did not miss this song. I'm getting so sick of it. I need to find someone that's good at oh god, that's good at chiptune music, and to make me a couple of tracks. But it's so hard to find. Oop! I remember this time. There you go. See the mechanic? We jump on top of it. Yeah, it's so hard to find people with like good taste and good work ethics and all this stuff. So yeah, that's the end up there. I'm gonna try and make it to the shop. So yeah, so we have this whole thing to deal with, right? So here we need to plan ahead, right? Need to wait for the thing, comes down, and we skip all of these. And we made it to the end. Cool. Alright, so I like that mechanic. I really like it. I was really bummed. I was like, oh my god, is the jump through platform bugged or something? I won't be able to use it. But then it turns out it's like, nah. It wasn't bugged. It's just finicky as all heck. Oh no, that's the last one. Then we have this one. This one was so short, right? They're all kind of short, right? But this one's kind of short. Oh, give me a second. Like, oh man, I got really long hair now. Yeah, gets in your ears and stuff and gets all itchy. I got long hair problems. Anyways, yeah, this one. So this one was a bit of a pain, right? Because it's kind of short, but it was kind of hard to balance. The issue was the wizard. I wanted to use a wizard to be like. You had to think about what to dodge. Gives you like multiple puzzles to solve, right? It's not exactly a puzzle, right? It's well, it's this thing you need to solve, right? I forget the right word. But yeah. And the issue was the wizard. Because the wizard is shooting across the whole level, right? And he was shooting way too fast. So this stuff just felt awkward. Timing the stuff. So even here, like, see? You have to jump and then jump again. And then, yeah. I had to wait. The right way to go about it was to wait until he shot again. And then jump over and then hit him. Alright. That's the end. So it's finicky, this one. This one was kind of cool. Because it's like, oh, it's so short. It's like, oh, is this... it's like a transition level. I thought it was like, this is going to be too easy. I might as well just make it longer. And then I started playing it and I was like, wait, this is actually has challenge behind it, right? You need to... Those fireballs flying always above you, it really, like, it adds an extra level. I don't know. You try it and you'll see what I'm on about. Anyways, I'm tired. Okay, that's my excuse. Right. So, anyways, we got this new asset. I'm not overly happy with it. It's like a bomb. Like I said, I wasn't too inspired today, so I made a little bomb guy. And he's just chilling. And when you get close to it, he gets angry, follows you around. And when he gets close to you, he gets ready to explode and goes boom, right? It's like the mixture of just a bomb and a boo from Mario. Right? So we have these guys. They're just chilling there. They're not doing anything, right? And then you get close. And they start getting closer to you, and they chase you around. And if you get close, bam. They're like, I'm not happy with you. If you get away, they stop. But if you get close, there you go. So you can get out. The explosion is actually quite big, so you do need to be careful. Because otherwise you get hit like that. Oh! I completely forgot. I completely forgot that was the thing. I was like, this seems kind of easy. I should put one of those platforms that falls down. And then I completely forgot I put it there. But we can speed. This is another quick one. We can just speed through. Okay. What? Oh, I didn't think that one through, did I? I just put it in and I was like, this is fine. Because usually I leave one square as safe place. I didn't put any safe place here. Uh, that's a bit of a weird difficulty curve, right? Because people are used to this being like kind of an easy, chilled out game, and then this is like you have to bait this into coming down and then jump over and then jump back. So I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say that this was an oversight, and I'm just gonna get rid of maybe the ones on the sides because you gotta have consistency. And it's not good to have a game that is kind of like super easy and then suddenly gets really hard out of nowhere, or like it cheats you, right? Because this is cheating people, right? This is like tricking them, or this is making a trap, right? This is bait. This is like a trap where you're supposed to lose health because you're not prepared, unless you're like really good with reflexes, right? And I don't like stuff like that. So this way, there's counterplay. This way is the same as the other ones that I did, where you can run through, dodge them, and then jump on top. I also like that you can speedrun this game. Yeah, see? Now it's the same as the other ones. And here we can grab that, and then, yeah, there we go. So I really like that asset. I mean, I'm not overly happy with the actual asset, like the actual sprite, right? But I do like the following you around and then going boom. I like the whole landmine thing. Like he follows you around, look at him. He's like he's so angry. He's like, "Come here, I'ma get you. I'ma get you. I didn't get you." Yeah, I like it. Yeah, so that's what I did today. That's basically the devlog. And then, like I said, someone asked me to adjust the controls, and I did because it wasn't that hard. I mean, when someone has like a nice request where it's just like, oh, that's the code. What's the code of that? Oh, this is for controls. Did I forget to put anything? No, this is any press any key. So this is good to ship. Yeah, so I added the A key is the central point now. I changed it from D to A, which is the interact and attack, and S now drops a bomb. And that's about it. Now let me show you. Um, how I go about doing the guy that chases you around. Do 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 do. Where is it? Is it under enemies? Yeah, it should be. He's an enemy. Yeah, there we go. It's a boomy. I didn't know what to call him. He's like bomb. I already have bomb. Orange bomb. Fire bomb. That was a boom. Boomy. It's like okay, all right, that's good. Let's roll with it. Right. So this is the entire thing. If you're interested in like copying it and not care about the explanation, this would be it. Right. This is the whole thing. If you'd like to hear about the explanation, then strap in. Uh, it's not that complicated. It just looks like a lot of stuff because of all the tweens and effects and the explosions and all that stuff. If it wasn't because of that, it would be really small. Um, yes, like this, for example. This is just to make the effects chase him around. This is where the meat of it actually starts, like the actual code of making a move. And so you check for distance. You just type in the condition distance, and you do the distance between two objects. And we check between the little knight or the player and the boomy. And if it's below 250 pixels, and this is kind of important, if the Boolean object variable boom of boomy is false, then we do this thing. So this isn't your regular add a force. When you put in the action add a force, you get two. You have the regular add a force, or you have add a force at an angle. This is the angle one, right? And we give the boomy, it's probably easier to see like this. Probably not. Why is there? It's all the way on the other side. It's because, never mind, reasons. Yeah, so we do this thing, right? So instead of having your regular just speed on the x and y, it asks you for an angle, right? And the angle is this. You use this equation or this expression, which is your enemy or the thing you want to move. So in this case, it's boomy dot angle to object, and then you open parenthesis and you put in the object. In my case, it's little knight, right? The player. And that's it. So this way, you'll always be applying a force towards that object, right? So this is how you go about making that. If you make make it permanent and you use trigger once or something like that, you just shoot it in the direction of the player at that time when the conditions were met. If you want them to like chase you around in circles and all that stuff, we need to use an instant force, right? And we need to make it so that it's not triggering just once and it's always triggering while the conditions are true. So basically, for as long as the little knight is within 250 pixels uh, of boomy and this variable equals false, then we'll always be adding to boomy a force of 125 at the angle of the player. So basically, it's always like redirecting him towards the player and adding the force constantly. So it's always checking for his position. And then we just change the animation to angry, so it looks like, oh, angry is like, haha, I'm gonna get you. And if you're not close, so you invert the distance thing. Say if you're further than 250 pixels, then we just change the idle and we apply no forces. And since we're not using a permanent force, we don't need to tell it to stop. For the moment you get away, it just starts applying the force and it just stops. So what else? Then we get to this. So when the boomy is in collision with the player or the little knight, and boom equals false, because we're using this is sort of like a state machine. Well, this is a state machine. And states, they might seem complicated for the people who haven't wrapped their head around it, but states are so helpful to do this kind of stuff. Um, yeah, it's kind of like using trigger once, but better, way better, like so much better, because it's under your control. So we have this object variable called boom, right? So if we collide and boom equals false, then we turn boom to true. So this doesn't happen anymore. This goes to true, right? And now this happens. And now we have two variables, right? We have boom and boom 2. So if boom is true and boom 2 is false, then we change boom 2 to true. I could probably, there's a reason why at the moment I use two of these. Don't ask me why. It's just, I don't want to think about it right now. I'm tired. But there's a good reason why I thought it this way. Yeah, so we changed this one to true. We changed boom 2 to true, so now this no longer applies, so this only happens once, right? And then this is just doing the tweens. Like it's the plays the sound, the twoo, and then it goes gets the white outline, and then he waits a little, and then it does all sorts of effects of explosions, and then he plays the explosion sound, and then takes into account the links of the sparkly things that are linked to it, and he deletes everything, right? And the actual damage is this thing, the boom impact. So it's not the explosion per se that's doing the damage. It's kind of like the bomb. Well, it's exactly like the bomb. Like when the object explodes, it creates this thing, this red square, and then we instantly hide it. That's why you don't see it. But it's that red square that's kind of like the hitbox of the explosion, right? And then I wait a 0.1 second and I delete it, right? So it's just explodes, it creates the thing, and then instantly deletes it. And if you're close enough and you touch the red square, you take the damage. And that's about it. Maybe I made that sound too complicated. It's like this whole thing with the states, it's so much, it just makes your life so much easier. When you start programming AI or making stuff like, oh, when it's under this state, it does one thing. When it's under this state, it does a different thing. You're gonna go like, oh my god, this is so nice. This makes programming so easy, all right? So try it out. If you don't use this kind of stuff in your games, in your programming, try it out. Instead of just making a whole bunch of programming that's like conflicting with itself, or you're trying to like find holes to dig some extra programming in there, and have everything run at once, just do this kind of stuff where it's like you have an object variable, and if it's true, it does one thing. If it's false, it does a different thing. Or you can just use numbers, right? Like if it's 1, it does one thing. If it's 2, it does a different set of programming. If it's 3, it does a different set of programming, right? Maybe I should just make a video trying to explain the whole thing with like an easy to follow project or something. I don't know. But this is kind of nice. It's like I said, I wasn't too overly happy with the actual sprite, but the result is okay. And I can always update the sprite and make it look cooler later. But this works okay, right? You get close to it, it chases you around, stops. Yeah. So the moment it touches you, it goes into boom phase, right? So the object variable boom turns to true. So he can no longer chase you, right? He can no longer be applied forces. That's why he stops and he doesn't chase you anymore. And he just kind of like sits there. Ow, I didn't see you. Oops. I was trying to stay too close to the edge. I don't know. I don't know why I stayed so close. I was like, this is fine. It's not. That's something else. I gotta fix the hitboxes. But yeah, this is what I've done today. I've been really, really busy, like really stressed out with a whole bunch of other stuff. But I'm happy I can finally work on games again. So today, this is like the start. So I really had this in mind, this kind of asset, because I'm already thinking about what the boss fight is gonna be like, and I think I'm gonna make that into like the transition, or like once he gets hit 5 times or 10 times, he's gonna stop, and he's gonna spawn a bunch of these guys, and then you have to dodge them or whatever, or clean them up, because otherwise they're just gonna start cluttering the screen, something like that. I'll try to make it fun. But yeah, that's about it. So gonna hit save. Gonna export the changes to the keys. This stuff is in the game, but it's locked, right? none of this stuff is connected to the demo yet. Once the boss is done, I'm gonna connect this stuff to the demo, so the demo will have stage 1 and stage 2, or area 1 and area 2. It's gonna have the 15 or 20 levels. I'm still not sure on that yet. Yeah. Till then, till tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow there's gonna be another devlog with some cool stuff. Maybe even like the beginnings of the boss fight. And I'll see you guys then. I hope you're enjoying. If you like this kind of stuff, leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment. I really appreciate all this stuff. All right. Till then, peace out, guys. After I find the button. And oh my god, I'm in the darkness. All right. Catch you guys later.